Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Michelle, John.
Izzy.
Right here. Let me put my headphones on. All right. How's everyone doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Cool, cool. All right. People are coming into the room. Guys, you guys know I usually do like a couple minutes to make sure everybody's able to get in. That way, once we click over into screen share, nobody, well, sometimes people still get left out, but as long as they send me a text message, I can let them in. I see some, well, I see one finalist here at the very end of her challenge. So I'm happy to see somebody who's gone through the whole thing, see what kind of gems we can share with the group. I see some people who are brand new. I see some people halfway through. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes to see who else is coming in tonight. Does anybody have any wins? Today is Wednesday. Does anyone have any wins so far? I mean, if you're in your first week and this is your first half a week of challenge, whatever might have come up. If you have a win, please share it. And then especially you, Miss T, I know you have a big win. So I would love for everybody to hear your win. But whoever wants to go first, not everybody at once. Do we have a win we want to share for Wednesday? Oh wait, are you saying something, T? Because I can't hear you. Oh, okay. All right. Hi. I have to pick somebody to share a win if nobody jumps in.
I'll share a win with you.
Okay. Go ahead, Charles.
So I started off, I guess we're 5 weeks in, so we're kind of a little bit beyond the halfway point. I started off my weight 184, I think 186 right in there. This morning jumped on the scale 168.
Woo!
I'm gonna take that. I was shooting for 170-ish, kind of just arbitrarily. But of course, it'll continue on and push it down even further. So,
Wow, that's awesome. And just over halfway through.
yep.
Very good, very good. Um, what's the biggest thing thus far, like coming just over halfway? What's one of the, what would you say like is a cheat code that's helped this thing be a smooth process and getting such a grand result and you're not even done with the challenge?
100% being aware of the diet and how the diet can be of a benefit, but also it shouldn't be intimidating. I can use my style of cooking and I can put my flavor on things, but also eat a little more realistically. So mastering the diet, I think, is what's key to my success or our success.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. And I want to add something to that. Sometimes I've seen people take the meal plan, and some people really don't mind eating the same thing day after day. And some people taking out those mental gymnastics when it comes to switching it up and trying new things, that's just a lot. And they'd rather stay consistent with one way of doing things. But I do want everybody to consider that yes, you can do the same thing, copy and paste day after day, week after week. You can do that. But when this plan is over and you're not in your 8-week challenge anymore, and you want to venture out and have exciting flavors, you can have those exciting flavors while still adhering to the plan so that you don't
Don't.
jump off the wagon and, go all the way crazy. So we want to still like be creative. That's why we have the recipes. That's why you guys can use Pinterest and Instagram to find recipes that you got a question, T?
I do.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just finish this sentence.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just want everybody to like Charles was saying, he adds his style. I see the food that he cooks. It looks delicious. Like, yes, it's healthy and it's aligned with the plan, but it looks amazing too. So I just want to make sure you guys are having fun with your meals and getting creative and making it taste good. Don't make it like, okay, I just gotta tough through this for 8 weeks and then I can have something that's actually good, because the plan does have yummy options. We just gotta, piece them together to where they're also exciting. What you got, Miss T?
Well, one, I have been modifying a lot of those recipes on there for me, since I only eat seafood. And so tonight I had the stuffed peppers, but instead of the turkey, I did like it was a total of 6 ounces total, but it was half shrimp and half of the white fish, and that was one of my favorite modifications now. I love that little recipe.
Cool, I
Um,
like that.
Yes, but my main question is that, yes, now that I am off it, and yes, I am proud that I've lost the 15 pounds. So I'm proud of myself for that. Did follow through and stuck with this food. So, but okay, so my question is, now that I'm done, can I now eat tofu, or is that so still like, don't do that? I wasn't
You
sure
can eat tofu.
if I
Yeah.
was allowed to have that or yet. But it's
Yeah.
like, I know we talked about that I couldn't have like the other substitutes, like a meat substitute.
Oh, yes,
I knew
yes,
that
yes.
part, but I wasn't sure if I was allowed to have a tofu or not. So
So you're talking about like the block of tofu that you get from the store?
yes, and then I can put flavor to
Totally.
that and cook it how I wanted. I just wasn't sure if that was allowed.
Yeah, so it's the highly processed things that we stay away from because they're super high in the sodium, super high sometimes in fat and carbs. But tofu in its original, well, I don't know about original, it's processed when it gets to the store, but just the tofu is perfectly fine. You can
Perfect.
totally do that. Yeah. Thank you for
Nice.
asking.
And I have one more question, and I'll be done with the questions. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Can I have I mean, I can have the protein pasta. What is the allowed amount for the protein pasta?
So I would say what I do, and this is good for anybody. Like if there's when you finish your 8 weeks and there's a protein kind of grain that you want to try, what I do is I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'll look at how many carbs are in something from like your carb list. So let's say white rice, or white
Yeah,
potatoes
everything
are
seems to
probably
be
going
like
to
a
be the
top.
most dense. Yep. So you can look and see how many grams of carbs are in your half a cup or your cup of white rice. Then compare that to what's in that protein pasta. So if there's 40 grams of carbs in a half a cup of white rice, and a serving of your protein pasta has 40 grams of carbs, then they have the same amount of carbs, right? But it has more protein. So I would calculate it that way. Just make sure that it's not like a crazy 80 grams of carbs or 70 grams of carbs. Make sure it's in line with the carb intake that you've been sticking to thus far. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I was just I heard I was allowed to have that, and I was like, okay, I miss pasta,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like I need some
yeah.
pasta.
That would be good.
Okay,
I have a good protein pasta recipe. Maybe I should share that to the Facebook group sometime. So y'all hold me
nice.
to that if I forget. And now I'm gonna start our presentation. We'll go around the room. I got Charles, John, Michelle, and T. try to remember everybody who's in here for when I can't see y'all once we start the screen share. Um, let's see. All right, so we are getting to our coaching and support. We're already into it actually. So for the ground rules, Miss T went ahead and showed us how this is done. If you need to skip ahead and ask your questions up front, feel free to do so. Like if
Oh,
you
I'm
guys,
sorry.
no, it's okay. It's totally fine. You had great questions. If you have something that you need to get to, and this is for future reference too, if you only have 5 minutes or so where you can come in and be a part of the call, come in. If nobody else is even in the room, I will address your questions and your concerns so that you can go on about your business. So I'm gonna be moving things along to make sure that we keep this, short and sweet so you guys can get on with your evening. If you don't have a good idea of the program or your question might take more than 3 minutes and you really need a deeper understanding, then we hold that until the end. And then if anyone wants to weigh in and listen, they can. So to start, we got our 3 to 5 hours of intentional activity. That's our 3 sessions and our 2 homework assignments. We're halfway through the week. Most of us should have at least completed 1 homework assignment. Is there anybody who hasn't completed 1 homework assignment yet for this week?
Nope.
Nope, as in there's no one? Or nope, as in you haven't?
I did mine.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and go around the room. I'll start with you, Michelle. What'd you do for your homework this week?
I walked, power walk on my treadmill.
Okay. And did I send you a message about adding some jogging in?
You did.
I sent it to a few people, so I just wanna this will if we're in the habit, of getting the power walking and the intervals, once you can only power walk so fast. So eventually that power walk advances into a jog. There's a thin line between a really fast power walk and a nice light jog. So what do you think about implementing some jogging into those 30-second intervals?
Now that I have my treadmill ready, I might try it, but it's
Okay.
not really, it's hard on your body when you're out on the street. That's why I
Okay,
haven't
yeah.
been doing it.
I gotcha. Okay, well, yeah, maybe consider just to up the intensity so that your body is constantly challenged and we continue on that fat burning track. Even if you're gonna do all the intervals as a jog, maybe see how many jogging intervals you can get in before you go back down to the power walking / walk interval. And when you have your next one scheduled, when's your second homework gonna be?
Mine is tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. I'll move on to Jean. You did a homework assignment so far this week? Who else is in the room? T,
Hi.
homework this week?
I took a class.
Okay. You came into an extra class?
Well, I've been doing the 3. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a really rough first few days, but I got back into it today.
Okay.
Did my strength training, so I got in my class, and tomorrow I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
Do
30-minute walk.
/ jog.
Okay, perfect. All right. Michelle. Okay. Charles and Dawn. I know you guys had a nice hike the other day. Have you done what are we looking like with homework?
So we walked the bridge. So we did a power hike over the Granada Bridge, around the park on the other side, and then back over the bridge. We wanted to kind of stress ourselves a little tiny bit, but we didn't have much time, so we decided the bridge was probably our best option.
Okay.
And then we'll find some time either Friday evening or Saturday where we'll go out and try and do another 7 miles. We're trying to schedule in some time where we can do a 10-mile, but seems like 7 miles is a happy zone where we're not neglecting other parts of life and we can get
Okay.
out.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, 7 miles is 7 miles. That's not to be taken lightly. So very good. Did I miss anyone on homework? John, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna move on to prestige athlete status. So this is just a reminder. I think everyone here knows that if you have at least 2 of your supplements on subscription, where automatically renews every month, you get a discount on that monthly subscription, and then you get unlimited access to sessions at the gym. So you can come to as many sessions as you want, not just the 3 per week. And then the private side with the equipment, you have access to that as well. So that's just to make sure if anybody didn't know already what a prestige athlete is or how to become one, that's how you become one. Those are some of the perks that you get. Now, moving on to nutrition, we want to make sure that we're hitting at least 80% compliance. I always want everybody to lean more towards 90% compliance on nutrition, or even 95. That way you start at 80%, and then it's easy to trick yourself into thinking that a lot of things are in that 20%, when that 20% is really not that broad. It's quite small, and you find that out when numbers don't look how they're supposed to look. So we got our fork and knife icon, our meal strategy link. That's where you find, of course, your grocery list and your portions, but also your tool kit for like your restaurant ordering system, your 90-minute meal prep, and things like that. So John, you are the newest person,
Yeah.
newest challenger here. So I want to know that, in terms of our macro breakdown for our plate, how does our dinner plate differ from our breakfast and lunch plate?
The dinner plate doesn't have fruits.
The dinner plate doesn't have fruits. What are fruits considered? What macro?
I only like certain ones, so it's either going to be apple, orange, or blueberries, and
Okay.
strawberries.
Okay. And
But
are those
no bananas, pineapples, melons, and none of that.
no fruit on the dinner? Now, is your fruit considered a veggie, protein, or carb?
Carbs.
Perfect. So dinner doesn't have any carbs. What are we having instead of carbs at dinner?
Well, veggies.
We are having veggies, but we're having veggies with every meal. There's
Well,
something that,
but with the dinner, you have to have a fat.
yep, there it is. So we have to have a protein, a veggie, and a fat with our dinner, whereas breakfast and lunch is carbs. And we all know what our snacks in between our meals are.
Yeah, that's where I failed a lot on for the snacks.
Really?
I wasn't sure how about I haven't been able to make the Wednesday Zoom meetings, so I've missed a lot. But I mean, I've done okay, but
Yeah.
I haven't really snacked. I've done like the
Okay.
protein shakes, but that's
Yeah.
one thing I've failed about. But I did just get some yogurt, but the
Okay.
high protein, no sugar. But yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. And that's fine. So the protein shake, that's like snack choice number 1. That's what we want everyone to have, is the protein shakes in between. So you did perfect with that. The secondary would be, and this is just because a protein shake is really easy to guzzle down without having to stop what you're doing, reheat a meal. You just throw it in a cup with your liquid and blend it up and get it down. Whereas doing something like a chicken or whatever, yogurt is a pretty easy, the Greek yogurt that is a pretty easy choice. But if you're doing protein shakes in between as your snacks, that's perfect. Otherwise, we would just do like a half of a serving of protein from our protein list. That's like when we run out of a protein shake or something like that, then we know that we can still get that protein in. It's a little more work in between the meals, but we're still checking that box. So,
Can a slice of the Ezekiel bread and peanut butter be a snack?
you know, it's a carb and a fat together if we did that, and we keeping those separate. So yeah, that's just I messaged another challenger about a peanut butter banana combo, because technically as delicious as peanut butter toast and peanut butter banana is, it is not compliant with the plan right now, but it will be one heck of a dessert in 8 weeks. So just
Okay.
okay, so one more thing, or not one more thing, but for the next thing, the feature tab of the Facebook group, if you guys haven't ventured through there, that's worth looking into. There's lots of recipes. You're gonna see, let me just pull it up. Here it is, like breakfast and smoothies, meal prep hacks, snacks and sides, restaurant ordering guide, protein treats and things like that are found in those nutrition assets. So that's just more support, to make sure that we're not just going through the motions with the same foods every day and every week, but making sure that we're experimenting, we're finding new normals, so that when we come off of the 8-week plan, as strict as it is, we still have some sustainable options and choices that we can lean into. So question number 2 is, have you been sticking to your meal plan 80% of the time, at least 80%? So I'll start with you, Jean, because your camera's on my screen now.
Yes,
80%?
80%, yes.
Okay,
I just
perfect.
got my supplements today with the shakes.
Yay,
Yeah.
very good. And what flavor did you get? Was it
Salted caramel.
salted caramel? Okay, good choice. So yeah, let us know how you like it. That's one of my favorites. Let's see, Michelle, 80% compliance. Any visitors, family been coming through?
Of course,
Oh my
every,
goodness.
last week I had 3 sets of company
Oh my.
just in the
Same.
week. Yeah,
Whew.
and I've got people coming this week. It's so hard.
How's your compliance been with all that partying?
I do pretty good. Last week I did was not as great, but this week I'm back on, strict,
Okay,
and it
very
showed.
good.
So
It showed, yeah. That's
yeah,
one thing. If you deviate, we're gonna know. Everybody's gonna know. The numbers don't lie. But you're back on it, so
yeah.
that's really good. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Just remember to prep, especially when you know that there's going to be some variables thrown in there. This goes for everybody. You can never go wrong if you have things prepped, because once you're in a pinch, once the conversations of pizzas and whatever else our families want to do comes up, you can at least make sure that you check your box, and it makes that temptation a little easier to face. But good job. I'm glad to know that you're back on track, Michelle. Don and Charles, 80% at least.
Or at least probably closer to 90.
Perfect. And did I miss anybody? T?
Well, yeah.
You're a graduate now, but
Yeah, I'm like, I understand.
yes, okay, perfect. All right, let's see. This is our recipe slide. So this is a reminder. If you didn't know, you can always go to different social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, to find recipes. Once again, on that same tip of keeping the variety in your diet, because we want this to be sustainable. You see a recipe, send it to me. If you're in the gym, show it to Coach Ange or somebody, and we'll figure out if it's not already compliant with the plan that you have. We'll figure out how to make it compliant so that you can still enjoy what you're curious about and, get your results.
I did it all the time.
Yep. What was your favorite recipe that you found elsewhere?
The stuffed spaghetti squash.
Okay.
I love that. I got that from Yolanda. I love that one the most. And I just found a Mediterranean shrimp salad, which is kind of like on the on the Bamboo app, but it's way better.
Okay, good. So you have to post that one in the Facebook group if you love it that much. That way other people can try it out. So that's another thing.
Definitely.
What's that? Does that
I
sound
said
good, Michelle?
definitely. Yeah, it does.
All right, so you have somebody looking for it, T. And
Yes.
that's a good point. If you find something that you really like, chances are somebody else is gonna really like it, and you can make the difference between someone suffering through a bland meal prep that they didn't know how to make something more out of, and them actually enjoying what they're eating and getting closer to their goal. So if you find a good one, definitely share it with as many people as you can. So we'll go around the room, giving thumbs up or a hurrah if you're committed to getting your meal prep done this weekend, sticking to that plan, and attending your 3 sessions and completing your homework. So do we have thumbs up from everybody?
Yeah.
Halfway
Thumbs up.
through the week. Good,
Thumbs
good.
up.
Perfect. All right. So, are there any questions and concerns?
Oh, I answered everything.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. And so just so you guys don't forget, Saturday we have boot camp at 8 a.m. and then Savage Sunday is at 8 a.m. That's at Ormond Beach Middle. So boot camp here at the gym, Savage Sunday at the middle school on the track. Boot camp is not free to non-members, but Savage Sunday is. There's a $10 drop-in fee for boot camp. Savage Sunday is open to the community. You can literally bring anybody that you want to out there, and everybody gets a good workout in. So the weather's cooling down, so that's nice. That it's not so hot for Savage Sunday. So if you got time on an early Sunday morning, definitely come out. Coach Jay leads the workout, and it's a lot of fun.
Wish I could.
You busy on Sunday mornings? Most of us are either busy or taking advantage of, you know,
Always working.
the end of the weekend. But if it ever becomes available, you can't sleep around 6 a.m., then just, throw on some clothing and come on out at 8. But that's all I have for you guys. We got 2 minutes left that I'll give back to you. It looks like Charles is cooking something. I think I saw a spatula.
Yes, it's
Yes.
time for dinner.
All right, time for dinner.
Yeah,
That's
just finished.
exactly. Okay, good. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming, being in attendance tonight. I'll see you guys probably sometime soon in the gym.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow, Don. Have a good
See you
night,
tomorrow.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.